Okay, hello to my dearest pre-calculus students. We are now in the part 3 of our discussion on topic 14 of quarter 2 in our pre-calculus subject. We are to discuss now about more solved examples on page 165 to 169. So there are 10 problems and we are to discuss each one of them so that inyong masabtan ang mga examples given. Okay, so for number 1, we are going to find the period of the function y equals 4 sine of x minus pi all over it, 4 minus 3. So in order to do this, what are we going to do first is to factor out 4. So since there is 4 in the denominator, we have to take it out first so that the new equation y equals 4 sine of 1/4 quantity x minus pi minus 3. Okay, so that our a here is 4, our b is 1/4. Okay, so to find the period, if the function given is sine, so we are going to use 2 pi over b, right? So since our b is 1/4, so we have to replace the b with 1/4, therefore 2 pi over 1/4 is equal to 2 pi times 4 over 1, the reciprocal of the denominator. So that is why we have 8 pi. No, man. The answer is 8 pi. So you correct your textbook, because sa textbook answer niya dito is 6 pi. Okay, dyan take out is 1/3. So 1/3 is not a common factor because the denominator here is 4. Because sa solutions textbook ay ang iyang gipagawas is ang common factor niya is 1/3. So that's why nahimong 6. Ang iyang answer is 6 pi, which is not the correct one. So the correct one is 8 pi. Okay. Any questions? So let us now proceed kung what na yung question to number 2. In number 2, we have in the function y equals 3 tangent 2kx minus pi. The period is 4 pi, and find the value of k and the phase shift of the graph of the function. So the given here is we have y equals 3 tangent of 2kx minus pi. So in this case, from the given, which is y equals 3 tangent, we have to take out first the 2k, pero naatay mahimong gamiton nato nga b, ang 2k matong gamiton nga b. So we have to put the 2k outside the parentheses, and each term inside the parentheses here will be divided by 2k. So 2kx divided by 2k is equal to x. Manang x na laman ang mahibilin inside. Then negative pi divided by 2k. This becomes minus pi over 2k. Okay. And So since this is our B, so our period is equal to 2 pi over, no, it's not 2 pi because this is tangent. It's pi. Diba? If it is tangent, the period is pi over B. Sorry. Okay. And 2k will be equated to pi over B. So to solve for the B, we are to replace natin pa. Ano ba naman? Oh, may reason ha. Okay. Tara. P is equal to pi over 2k. And since we are given that the period is equal to 4 pi, so we are going to replace the P with 4 pi is equal to pi over 2k in order to solve for the 2k. Okay, so by cross multiplication, this will give us an answer which is 8 pi k equals pi, right? So therefore, our k, when we divide both sides by 8 pi, so is equal to pi over 8 pi, or simply equal to 1 over 8. Okay, so that's why the k is 1 over 8. And to find the phase shift, the PS, it would be equal to pi over 2k. Okay, and then since our k is 1/8, so we have to replace the k with 1/8. So that is why we can have pi over 1/4. And then simplifying this further, so we can now have pi times 4 over 1, and the answer is 4 pi. Okay, so for number 2, we have k is equal to 1/8, and the phase shift is 4 pi. Okay. In number 3, we are going to sketch the graph of a function y equals sine 1/2 sine of 1/2 of x plus x over 2, x over 6 plus 2 over 1 period. Determine the domain and the range of the function. So since there is the presence of 2 here, it is understood that after na to i-graph ni kaning part, we have to shift na to i-translate na to ang atong graph 2 units upward. Okay, so in this case, to find the period is equal to, kay sine man na, 2b or 2 pi over b. And since our b here is 1/2, so we can replace the b with 1/2. So 2 pi over 1/2. 1/2 is equal to 2 pi multiplied to 2 over 1 or 4 pi. Okay? So, in this situation, one cycle will start from, so since this is x plus pi over 6, meaning ang imong starting point is adto ka magsugod sa negative pi over 6. Kaya mo man na si J mo 0. And then, mo end ka imong terminal point adto pud na sa negative pi over 6 plus 2 pi, which is equivalent to, no, pi over 6 plus 4 pi. That is equivalent to your period plus 4 pi. So this will be negative pi over 6 plus this is 24 pi over 6, right? Okay, times nimo ang 1 nga denominator sa 4 pi with 6 and 6 put sa babaw. So this will give us an answer which is 23 pi over 6. So mo ni si 23 pi over 6 ang imong ending, mo start to ka sa negative pi over 6. Okay? So the critical points ana is we have musugod ka sa negative pi over 6. Mo end pug ka sa 23 pi over 6. Mo na mga values sa x. So in between them, we have 23 minus pi is 22 pi over 6. Diya ay average Manila say 22 pi over 6. 22 pi over 6. Diya times pa dyan na nimo og 1/2. So makancel ni 11 pi over 6. So ang tunga nila is 11 pi over 6. Okay? So between na pud sa 11 pi over 6 og negative pi over 6, mahimo na siya karong 10 pi over 6, right? Kay 11 minus pi is 10 pi over 6. Times na po na nimo og 1/2 kay average Manila. So, mahimo ng 5 pi over 6. Ano okay. Then 11 pi over 6, and between the two, 11 plus 23, that would be 34 pi over 6 times 1/2. So makancel, so ang hitabo, it becomes 17 pi over 6. Okay? Magpapun ha. Uy. Okay. Yan, toto ka. And then, after Ana, it's now time for us to find the different values. No? Okay. So, first, ato sang hinay-hinadyon, si himay-himadyon. Uy. Ano na klaro na. Okay. First, kani sa atong kuhaon. Kani sa nga equation. Which is, eraser mo to. Sine 1/2 x plus pi over 6. Okay? Sunod, 1/2 sa kana. Kani. Sunod, 1/2 sa kana, then plus 2. Okay? So, when we replace the x here with negative pi over 6, mahitabo it becomes 0. 0 times 1/2 is 0. So, sine of 0, sama sine of 0. Okay, tinhiya ang 0. Sine of 0 there is 0. So, that is why your value is 0. Times nimo 1/2, 1/2, so 0 gihapon. Plasa nimo og 2, mo nang 2. So, negative pi over 6, imong kuan diha is 2. Okay? Then, so, 5 pi over 6, so, x, plus an o, which is 5 pi over 6 plus pi over 6, mahimong 6 pi over 6, which is pi. Pi. Times mo 1/2, that would be pi over 2. So, sa pi over 2, ang sign diha sa pi over 2 is 1. Okay? I-times mo og 1/2 ang 1, so ang answer is 1/2. Plusa nimo og 2, it becomes 2 and 1/2 or 5 over 2. Okay? Sige, ito may 2 and 1/2 kaya ang sa June. Okay, so it's 2 and 1/2. So, man, ang dire sa pi over 6, pi over 6, yun ang 2 and 1/2. To. Okay. What about for 11 pi over 6? 11 pi over 6 plus pi over 6, that would be 12 pi over 6. 12 pi divided by 6, that would be 2 pi times 1/2, it is equal to pi. Sign of pi here is negative 1. So, when negative 1 is multiplied by 1/2, the answer is negative 1/2. Plasa nimo og 2, mahimong, mauban ni? Di lagi ko mao. Tampa. Arong ko. Again, 11 pi over 6 plus is 2 pi. Silbi 2 pi. Kaya may madyang 12 pi over 6 times 1/2. Mauna dyang pi. So, ang sign diri sa pi, sign sa pi 0. 1 man to. Sign sa pi is 0, and 0 times 1/2 is 0, and 1/2 of 0 is 0 plus 2 equals 2. Okay. So, 2 na. Okay, itong hinahina dyan ni kay maglisod ka dyan nga part. Then 17 pi over 6 plus pi over 6, that would be 18 pi over 6. 18 pi over 6 is 3 pi. Times 1/2, that would be 3 pi over 2. Ang sign diri sa 3 pi over 2 is negative 1. So, negative 1 times 1/2 is negative 1/2. And, plasa nimo og 2, ang negative 1/2, that would be 1 and 1/2. And then, lastly, we have 23 pi over 6 plus pi over 6, that will be 24 pi over 6. 24 pi over 6, that would be 4 pi. And siya, i-times mo og 1/2, the answer is 2 pi. Balik na ta dire. So, that we have 0, 0, and 2. Okay, so sa 11 pi over 6, mo ni si Jang 2. Then, we have negative 1 and 1/2. And we have 2. Okay? So, therefore, in this case, ang imong domain diha is, ang imong domain, pwede ni sa dinhe, y restriction, y nakababag, y undefined. So, therefore, ang imong domain is the set of all real numbers. Okay? Ang imong range, ang imong tan-awon sa tibuok graph, periodic siya gikan sa ang ijang ubos, ang ijang minimum is naa sa 1 and 1/2, and then ang ijang maximum is nasa 2 and 1/2. So therefore, makaingon pang ang range di ay kay periodic man, balik-balik raman diha nga part. Musaka sa 2 and 1/2, mulugsong sa 1 and 1/2. So mao na ang imong range is a close interval from 1 and 1/2, which is 3 halves, to 5 halves. Okay? Mao na. Ang 3 halves is 1 and 1/2, then 2 and 1/2. Okay? So, any question? Question naman mo later. Okay. Let's proceed to number 4. We're going to sketch the graph of the function y equals -2 cosine of x minus pi over 2 plus 3 over 2 periods. Find the domain and range. So again, since there is a presence of positive 3, that means imong i-graph ang 2 cosine of x. Saka ka 3 units up, then 3 units upward. And then, ang imong kung diha, A is -2, ang imong B is 1. Diba? So, that's why we can say that the period is any cosine, so 2 pi 2 pi over 1. So, therefore, the period is 2 pi. Okay? So, imo na pong starting point is asa man? Kay negative pi over 2 man eh. So, start ka sa pi over 2. So, katong ganina, kung nakabantay ta, it's x plus pi over 6. So, mo itong nag-start po ta ganina sa negative pi over 6. Karon kay negative pi over 2 man. So, start ta sa pi over 2. So, ano siya makahimo ng 0 anang nga part na quantity. Okay? So, ang imo pong ending, and kung start ka sa pi over 2, ma-end po ka sa 2 pi plus pi over 2. Okay, so kani nga 2 pi itong gigamit ha. Okay, this is equal to 4 pi over 2 plus pi over 2. So, mo end ta sa 5 pi over 2. So, mo start ka sa pi over 2, mo end ka sa 5 pi over 2. Pero ingon man si Janinha nga 2 periods. So, manang kaduha ka. 5 pi over 2 plus another 2 pi. Another 2 pi. 5 pi over 2 plus 2 pi na pud ka. So, 4 plus 5, that would be 9 pi over 2. Okay? Imo ra ning adan o 4 pi. Okay, 2 pi may i-add. So, 2 pi over manimo og dapat og 2 i-times 2 ang numerator. So, mo na mahimo siyang 4 pi. So, 5 plus 4 is 9. And then, get the numbers in between. So, we have 5 plus 2 is 6. Ito ba? 6 pi over 2, that's 3 pi times 1/2, that would be 3 pi over 2. And then 5 plus 9 is 13, 14 over 2, so 7 pi, 7 over 2, so 7 pi over 2. So, imong tanaw na pattern 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So, meaning, between ani is 2 pi over 2 or pi. Sunod is 2 pi or 4 pi over 2. 5, we have 6 pi or 3 pi. And this is 4 pi. Okay? So, first na po datong buhaton, kanina po si Jadine kanina. Times to negative 2. So, we have cosine x minus pi over 2. First, negative 2 times cosine. Yeah. And then negative 2 cosine, then plus 3. So, when we subtract pi over 2 minus pi over 2, it's 0. So, cosine of 0 is, kung tuwingon, kaya namin tumawa. Cosine of 0 is here. Cosine is 0. Ito ba? Cosine of 0 is 0 now. Cosine of 0 is 1. And then, times ni mo og negative 2, so negative 2. Then, plus ni mo og 3 is 1. So, munang sa pi over 2, 1 si Jadi. Okay? Next is pi. So, pi minus pi over 2. So, may mong 2 pi minus pi over 2 is pi over 2. Cosine of pi over 2 is pila? Cosine of pi over 2. Tas babaw. Dere, cosine is 0. Then, 0 pa jud. Times negative 2. 0 plus 3 is 3. So, mo ng 3. 3 ni dinhi. O ba? Okay, next. 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 minus pi over 2 is 2 pi over 2 or pi. So, cosine of pi is negative 1. Times ni mo negative 2 is positive 2. Plus ni mo 3 is 5. Okay, the next is 2 pi minus pi over 2. 2 pi minus pi over 2. So, may mo na 4 pi over 2 ang 2 pi. So, 4 minus pi over 2 is 3 pi over 2. So, cosine of 3 pi over 2 is dadara ubos negative. Cosine is 0. There. 0, then 0, then 3. Next is 5 pi over 2. 5 pi over 2 minus pi over 2 is 4 pi over 2. So, that would be 2 pi. So, cosine of 2 pi is 1 times negative 2 is negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So, imong tan-awon ning balik na no. So, after sa 1 is 0, negative 1, 0, 1. Pwede ra po ng engineer check kasi na ng 0 ni, then 2, then 0, then negative 2. Then after sa 1, ng 3, then 5, ng 3, ng 1. So, manang sa 3 pi over 2, we have 5. Then, sa 2 pi is 0. No, sa 2 pi is 3. Then, sa 5 pi over 2 is 1. Then, sa 3 pi is 3. Then, 7 pi over 2 is 5. And then, 4 pi is 3, and we have, okay. So in this case, we can say that the domain is a set of all real numbers. So we can substitute all the x with the values, and then ang iyang range sa man naara sa 1, ang iyang minimum and the maximum value is 5. So therefore, the closed interval from 1 to 5. So more na iyang range. Okay. Okay, next number is number 5. We're going to sketch the graph of the function y equals 1/2 tangent x minus pi over 4 over 3 periods. Find the domain and range of the function. So since the given is tangent, so the period here is equal to pi. Oy. So pi over b. Pi over b na. Di na message mo suwat. So pi over b na. And our b there is 1. So manang pi atong period. So since this is minus pi over 4, so the starting point nato is negative man, so pi over 4. And sa pi over 4 plus pi kani plus pi, which is equal to 4 pi plus 4 pi. 4 divided by 1 times pi equals 5 pi over 4. So, yan po ni sa 5 pi over 4. Okay? So, imo karang starting point is pi over 4 utob sa pi over 4. Okay? So, between them is, we have 5 plus 4 is 6 pi over 4. 6 pi over 4 times 1/2 is 3 pi over 4. So, pi over 4. In between 3 pi over 4, so 4 pi over 4 is pi divided by 2 is pi over 2. And then between here is 8 pi over 4 is 2 pi divided by 2, so we have pi. So we have pi over 4, kani din nga part is pi over 2. Then 3 pi over 4, then nadiri ang pi. Then 5 pi over 4, then nadiri ang 3 pi over 2. Then 7 pi over 4, then may 2 pi. And siya 9 pi per 4, may 5 pi over 2, then 3 pi, and siya 13 pi. Okay? So, karon ato na pong pangitaon ng values. So, first, arisa ta sa tangent of x minus pi per 4. Isa pa, 1/4 sa tangent. Okay? So, tangent, pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is 0. So, Kaning part, your cosine here is 1 and your sine is 0. So, tangent man, tangent is sine over cosine. So, 0 man imong sine, so it's 0 over 1. So, tangent sa 0 is 0. Time pa. Ha? Madali ha, nagawa ko. Tangent. Pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is 0. So, tangent of 0, diba? This is 1, 0. So, tangent of 0 is, ano ba na? Sine over. So, tangent of 0 is 0. So, 1/4 from 1 ang 0 ni si J. Mo ni si J the raised. Okay? So, next is we have the pi over 2. So, pi over 2, we have pi over 2 minus pi over 4 is 2 pi over 4 minus pi over 4, we have pi over 4. So, manhim ng pi over 4, diba? So, atong equivalent na coordinates diha is square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. So, sine is square root of 2 over 2 over cosine is square root of 2 over 2. So, therefore, it's 1 and 1/4 of 1 is 1/4. Okay, so therefore, one-fourth of 1 is 1/4. Okay, so pi over 4, we have here 1/4 pi over 2. No? Okay, for 3 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is 2 pi over 4 or pi over 2. So, sa pi over 2 here, ang imong cosine is 0. Ang sine mo is 1. So, 1 over 0 is undefined. Okay? So, undefined sigma. Therefore, mauni si siya nga part here, undefined man mo nang atong gibutangan og vertical asymptote, meaning it's not the value of x. Okay? Next is pi. So, pi minus pi over 4 is equal to 4 pi minus pi over 4. So, it's 3 pi over 4. So, tangent sa 3 pi over 4 here, it's negative 1. And negative 1 times 1/4 is equal to 1/4. Negative 1/4. Negative 1/4. Okay, and for 5 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4 minus pi over 4, it's 4 pi over 4, so it's pi. So, tangent of pi nga re, tangent, so sine is 0 over negative 1 is 0 and 0. Therefore, 0 pa dito. No? Dere ang negative 1 part. Okay, then follow the pattern kutob sa 13 pi over 4 kay it's 3 periods man. So the same pattern, therefore, mo na siya. As we can see, our domain here is the set containing x, wherein x must not be equal to, kung sa may nag-unad ring a vertical asymptote, it's 3 pi over 4, right? So, 3 pi over 4 plus k pi. Ay, mao man ang imong period. K pi. Wherein, your k is any integer. Okay? So, kada 3 pi over 4 plus k pi, so pa 3 pi over 4 plus pi, mo na siyang mas 7 pi over 4 plus pi na 11 pi over 4 plus pi mo tong 13 pi over 4 and so on. So, dili mo equal ana because it will make the tangent undefined. Okay? So, unsa man po imong range? Imong range, ang imong tan-awon diha, ang up and down, up and down. So, notice that sa up and down nimo, y restriction. Straight na dito, straight na dire. So, therefore, ang imong range is the set of all real numbers. Okay? Okay, number 6. Number 6 is we are going to sketch the graph of the function y equals negative 3 cotangent 1/2 x plus pi over 12 plus 2 over 3 periods. So in this case, we are told to find the domain and the range of the function. So para makakita ka sa range of domain sa function, mas na-adjo ka to siyang i-graph. Okay, so notice that in the given, we have y equals negative 3 cotangent 1/2 x plus pi over 12 plus 2. Oh, the 2 there means we have to shift upward, 2 units upward. Okay? And then since ang atong b kay wa pa man diha no, and yung atong tan-awon dire ang imong x na pa numerical coefficient. So we need to take it out so that your y becomes negative 3 cotangent. I-factor out mo ang 1/2. So 1/2 x divided by 1/2 is x plus pi over 12 divided by 1/2 becomes pi over 6 plus 2. Okay, and since this is cotangent, therefore our period must be pi over b. And our b here is 1/2. Pi over 1/2 is equivalent to pi times 2 over 1, or that would give us 2 pi. Okay? And since nakahimo man ta dire og pi over 6, x plus pi over 6, therefore, ang starting, mo start ta sa negative pi over 6 and mo end ta sa pi over 6 plus 2 pi, which is equivalent to pi over 6 plus 12 pi over 6. Therefore, mo end ta sa 13 pi over 6. Hoy, di mao, negative, di ay na negative. Sorry, negative. So, it's not 13, but it's 11 pi over 6. Nanglingag ng agi. Lipat na. Okay, it's 11 pi over 6. So, start ta sa negative pi over 6. Ma-end pagka sa 11 pi over 6. Though, continue na nato ngadto sa atong graph over 3 periods. So, will be 1 period rin ha. 2 pi naman tako to. Okay, so negative pi over 6 plus 11 pi over 6 is 10 pi over 6. And 10 pi over 6 times 1 half times 1 half. So, that would be pi over 6. 5 pi over 6. Mane, 5 pi over 6. Dire. Kaya na naman ito din he. Kanira man nga part itong gihimo. Okay. And then, in between 5 pi over 6 and negative pi over 6, this is 4 pi over 6 times 1 half. It's 2 pi over 3. Negative lagi. Mga, pi over 6 plus 5 pi over 6. It's 4 pi over 6 times 1 half. Well, divided by 2. So, 2 pi over 6. 2 pi over 6 is pi over 3. Then, we have to add them is 16 pi over 6 times 1 half. It's 8 pi over 6 or 4 pi over 3. So, money si Jana ay pi over 3 ang tali na. Pi over 3. Jana apoy 4 pi over 3 dire. Okay, Jakani at na lang masundugon. Silbi, we have to add 11 pi over 6 plus your period, which is 2 pi mo na. 11 pi plus 12 pi over 6. Motong mahimong 34 times 1 half man mo na 17 pi over 6. Siya mag 23 pi over 6, 29. Basta mo plus rajig ka o 2 pi and then in between you add and divide it by 2. Okay. So first, atong mag-reset kay hugaw na atong. Okay. So first, ato sang isolve ang 1 half cotangent of 1 half x plus pi over 6. Sunod, negative 3, then tangent of blank, then negative 3 cotangent of blank plus 2. Okay? So first, when x is negative pi over 6, this is 0 times 1 half is 0 gyapon. So sa 0, cotangent man, cotangent is cosine over sine. Your sine here is 0 man. So 0 ang denominator. Therefore, it's undefined. Undefined man to, undefined ni, undefined tanan. So that is why sa pi over 6, it's a vertical asymptote. Okay? Then, kung pi over 3 plus pi over 6, so mahimuin 2 pi over 6 plus pi over 6 equals 3 pi over 6, which is pi over 2. So, di adere. Kung sa may value ni mo diha sa imong cotangent, it should be cosine over sine. Your cosine here is 0 over 1. So, therefore, your pi over 3 is wa mo times 1 half. Diba? 3 pi over 6 or pi over 2 times 1 half. So, mahimo diyang pi over 4. So, sa pi over 4, dire, ang imong cotangent there is cosine over sine, so square root of 2 over 2, all over square root of 2 over 2, which is 1. Okay, so kay 1 times og negative 3, so ang answer is negative 3, plus ani mo og 2, so answer is negative 1. Okay. Then next, when x is 5 pi over 6, so 5 pi over 6 plus pi over 6 is 6 pi over 6 or pi times 1 half. That would be pi over 2. So, dere ang pi over 2, your cosine over sine is, cosine is 0 over 1 is 0. Cosine of 0. Cosine of 0. Your cosine in pi over 2 is 0 and your sine is 1. So 0 over 1 is 0. And then, so we have 0 plus 2 is 2. Then we have 4 pi over 3. So 4 pi over 3 times 2 over 2, we have 8 pi over 6 plus pi over 6. That would be 9 pi over 6 times 1. Cancel ang 3. So, mahimo siya 3 pi over 4. No? Kaya na may 2 dere, na pa yung 3 dito. So, 3 pi over 4. So, the other ring 3 pi over 4, ang imong cotangent dere, ang cos nimo is negative, ang sine nimo is positive, so square root of 2 over 2, negative square root of 2 over 2, all over square root of 2 over 2. So, therefore, 4 pi over 3 cotangent is negative 1. And multiplied by negative 3, it's 3. And 3 plus 2 is 5. Then, for 11 pi over 6, we have 11 pi over 6 plus pi over 6 equals 12 pi over 6 or 2 pi. So, balik dere. So, your cotangent is 2 pi, no? Diba? 2 pi times 1 half is pi. And then, the other, balik mo ito ganina. So, your cosine here is negative 1. Ang imong sine is 0. So, therefore, it's undefined. Undefined. So, that is why sa 11 pi over 6, broken line na po nga vertical asymptotes. So, we have 5 pi over 6 is 2. Then, negative 1 ang undefined. So, negative 1 si pi over 3. Na din he. Then, 2. Then, 5. 5. Then, magbalik na po na. Muna na siya ang situation. So, from there, we can say that the domain is na may mga hugna-hugna. So, na may mga vertical asymptotes mo na may kang x such that x is not whole real numbers which is not equal to asa pa nagsugod dire negative pi over 6 plus pilay imong kuan period is 2 pi. So we have 2k pi, where k must be an element of the set of all integers. Okay? And the range, so ay bugto-bugto ang range, no? So therefore, it's the set of all real numbers. Okay? Okay, number 7. Number 7 is the graph of the function g of x is the same as that of f of x equals 3 sine of x minus pi over 3, but shifted 2 units downward and pi over 2 units to the right. So what is g of negative pi? Okay? So notice that ang atong f of x is equal to 3 sine of x minus pi over 3. Pero ang atong g of x kuno, the same ra, but shifted 2 units downward. So may nagkag 2 units downward, ato ning minusan dire og 2. And then, umoingon nga nakang shifted to the right. So, mo minus po ka o pi over 2. So, meaning, ang mahita mo ani, copy 3 sine of ang x kay shifted pi over 2 units to the right man. So, mo minus ka o pi over 2 minus copy pi over 3. And then, shifted downward means minus 2. Okay, so that is why simplifying, we can have 3 sine of, simplifying this, we can have the LCD kay 6. 6 divided by 2 times 3 is 3 pi. Then minus plus. Minus plus. Okay, so plus na laman ni dere, andiyan minus na to. And this is 2 pi. Then minus 2. So this will give us 3 sine of x minus 5 pi over 6. Then minus 2. Okay, so this is now the equation of g of x. Okay? Okay, to solve for g of negative pi, ang atong x, pulihan na to og negative pi. So, 3 sine of negative pi minus 5 pi over 6 minus 2. Okay, so therefore we have 3 sine of, also d again is 6 divided by 1 is 6 times negative pi is negative 6 pi. Then copy negative 5 pi minus 2. So it would be the same as 3 sine of negative 11 pi over 6 minus 2. So atong drawingan ang atong uan pi over 6 mapuning pi over 6 kay 11 pi over 6 negative man. So balik ka dire. So yung rotation is clockwise. So this is similar to pi over 6. So therefore ang imong sign diha pila. Ano kita ka? Sign of kuan dire. we have 3 times, what is sine of 11, negative 11 pi over 6, or simply sine of pi over 6? It's 1/2 minus 2. So therefore, we have 3/2 minus 2 equals, the LCD is 2. We have 3 minus 4. So therefore, the answer is negative 1/2. So your g of negative pi is equal to negative 1/2. Okay. Number 8. The graph of the function h of x is the same as that of f of x, which is equal to 3 sine of 2x minus 3 pi plus 1, but shifted 3 units upward and pi over 2 units to the left. So what is h of 5 pi over 6? So we have f of x is equal to 3 sine of 2x minus 3 pi plus 10. Okay, so ang imong h of x is equal to, shift ka pi over 2 units left. So 3 sine of 2 quantity. Ang imong x, ang sama na, minus ka plus, left man ka na, left. So, plus ka. Og pi over 2. Then, minus 3 pi plus 10. Diya, kaingon mo po dire 3 units upward. So, mag-plus po ka og 10 ba? 10 man ako. 10 ba? Di mo na 10. Okay. Ay, naload dyan naman siguro. Record mo. Plus 1. Then, plus 1. Then, 2 units upward. So, plus 2. Okay. Oh, 3 units. Ano plus 2 na? Okay, kaya plus 3 na na. Okay, so simplifying, we have 3 sine of, we have to distribute 2 times x is 2x, then 2 times pi over 2 plus pi minus 3 pi plus 4. And this will be 3 sine of 2x minus 2 pi, because pi minus 3 pi is negative 2 pi plus 4. Okay, so this will be the simplified equation of h of x. So after that, we are now to solve what is the value of h of 5 pi over 6. And this will be equal to 3 sine of 2 quantity 5 pi over 6 minus 2 pi plus 4. Okay, simplifying, we have 3 sine. 2 and 6 can be cancelled out by 2. So we have 5 pi over 3 minus 2 pi plus 4. And simplifying the inside of the quantity, we have, get the LCD 3. We have 5 pi over 3 gihapon ni minus 3 divided by 1 times 2 is 6 pi plus 4. Simplifying further, we can have 3 sine of 5 pi minus 6 pi is negative pi over 3. then plus 4. So, atong tan-awon atong graph sa atong mauni ang pi over 6 man ang pi over 3, then negative pi over 6, pi over 3, mauna sa siya ang negative pi over 3, di ba? So, sign there is negative, kay longer leg man ang y. So, negative square root of 3 over 2. Then plus 4. So, we can have 3, negative 3 square root of 3 over 2 plus 4. So, get the LCD, which is 2. Then negative 3 square root of 3 plus 8. So, therefore, the final answer for h of 5 pi over 6 is equal to 8 minus 3 square root of 3 all over 2. Okay? That's all for number 8. Okay, let's continue. Number 9, we are going to sketch the graph of y equals 2 second 1/2 of x minus pi over 4 over 2 periods. Then find the domain and range of the function. So, we are given a second, diba? So, let us recall nga og second gani, mogamit jud ka og cosine. So, first, ato sang tanawon ang atong period, which is kay sine man, cosine, so we have 2 pi over b. And since our b is 1/2, so 2 pi over 1/2 equals 4 pi. 2 pi times 2. And this will be 4 pi. So, since this is negative pi over 4, so therefore, mo start ta sa pi over 4. And mo end ka sa 4 pi over 4. Pi over 4 plus 4 pi equals 16. 16 pi over 4 ni plus pi over 4 equals 17 pi over 4. Okay. So, from pi over 4 to 17 pi over 4. Uy, isa naman ako tarong. Okay, between them is 18 pi over 4, so 1/2 of 18 pi over 4. So, 9 pi over 4. So, kanina po, 10 pi over 4 times 1/2 is 5 pi over 4. Then, we have 9 plus 17 is 26 pi over 4. Times 1/2. It's 13 pi over 4. So, mani, pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 9 pi, 13 pi, 17 pi. Then, lasa na po na mo. Ang 13 plus 2 pi. 13 plus 2 pi over 4. 8 pi. 13 plus 8 is 21. Plus 8 is 29. And so on. And then in between. So first, we have to find cosine 1/2 of x minus pi over 4. And then human to cosine of blank. Okay? So pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is 0 times 1/2 So 1/2 of 0 is 0. So cosine of 0 is 1. Then 2 cosine is 2. 1 times 2. 1. So, mo nang sa pi over 4, 2. Okay. For pi over 4, ang cosine mo is 5 minus 1 is 4 pi over 4 is pi over 2 is pi over 2. Then sa pi over 2, we have pi over 2 dire. Ang imong cosine there is 0. So 0, 0. Okay. Then sa 9 pi over 4, 9 pi over 4 minus pi over 4 is 8 pi over 4 or 2 pi times 1/2 is pi. So, dire pi. Sa imong cosine diha is negative 1. So, negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Mao nang 5 pi over 4 is 0 siya, negative 2 siya. Sunod, 13 pi minus pi over 4 is 12 pi over 4 or 3 pi. 3 pi over 2. So 3 pi over 2, cosine here is 0. 0 and 2. 0. 13 pi over 4 is 0. Okay, and 17 pi over 4 minus pi over 4, that is 16 pi over 4 or 4 pi. 4 pi times 1/2, it's 2 pi. So, pareha na dere. So, cosine there is 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So, mabalik na. So, mo na ni siya ang cosine. Ano? So, wala na natanong ha. Malibala na. Okay. So, and kung asa nag-0 ang imong mga cosine, dito nga part maghimo kag vertical asymptotes. Why? Because undefined na din dapita ang imong secant. Diba? It's the inverse of your cosine, so it's undefined there. Yan, ipatong ra nimo imong mga curves sa kanang secant. Okay, so after that, we need to find the domain and range. So in this case, ang imong domain kay naama kay mga vertical asymptotes. So x such that x must not be equal to, nasa man na? Diba? Nag-start sa 5 pi over 4. So 5 pi over 4. Then plus pila man 17 pi over 4 minus 5 pi over 4. No, it's 9 pi. Ano lang, sa cycle. Ito ha. $13 minus 5 is 6 pi over 4. So, it's okay. Kano? Plus, nasa man ang imong cycle? 17 minus pi is 15 pi over 4. So, yung cycle is 2k pi. 2k pi. wherein ang imong k is the set of all integers. Okay. Okay, so unsa man po imong range? So, imong tan-awon ang range, di ba? Naara din hidapita, padong babaw, and then nga rin po padong ubos. So, imong buwago na. Adto sa ibabaw, ubos taon na. So, di ba, gikan sa negative 2 to negative infinity. So, close interval on the right from negative 2 to negative infinity. Oh, nabalik. Hindi na maugang bukat. Na, nabalik sa tanan. So, range is equal to then negative infinity na diha. Then, negative 2 close. Union with ato pag ikan kuno sa negative 2 pa doon sa negative infinity and positive 2 to positive infinity. So close interval from on the left from 2 to positive infinity. Okay? Ana ra. And last na jud. Ay ginao ko 1 hour kapin po di ay. Okay, last one. Number 10, sketch the graph of y equals negative cosecant of x plus pi over 3 plus 2 over 2 periods. Then find the domain and range of the function. Okay, so kay cosecant man atong gamiton is sine. Okay, so sine man therefore our p is 2 pi over b. Our b here is 1. 1. So 2 pi over 1 is 2 pi. Okay. And then we are going to start from pi over 3 mana, so negative pi over 3. And end sa 2 pi minus pi over 3 minus pi over 3. So it will be 6 pi minus pi over 3. The answer is 5 pi over 3. So malang negative pi over 3 tutob sa 5 pi over 3. Okay, so between them, you have 4 pi over 3 times 1/2, it's 2 pi over 3. Then, minus, we have pi over 3 times 1/2, it's pi over 6. Then, we have 7 pi over 3 times 1/2, it's 7 pi over 6. And then, ang atong gamiton is sine of x plus pi over 3. And then, negative na sine of blank. Ay, negative na ni. Daan, then, plus 2 na tada dyan. Okay? So, we have negative pi over 3 plus pi over 3 is 0. Sine of 0 is sine of 0 is 0. Then times negative is 0. And then plus 2 is 2. Pi over 6 plus pi over 3. It's over 6, so pi plus 2 pi. 3 pi over 6 or pi over 2. Pi over 2, sine sa pi over 2 dire is 1 times negative is negative 1. And plus 2 is 1. Then, 2 pi over 3. Kana. So, 4 na ni. We have 5 pi over 6. And 5 pi over 6. Sine of saan pa? We have 4 pi di mao na mao naglibog na kay gipaningot na ko kay wa nag-electric pan. Okay. 2 pi over 3 plus pi over 3 equals 3 pi over 3 or pi. So, sa pi diha ang imong sign is 0. No, times negative is 0 plus 2 is positive 2. And then for 7 pi over 6, pi over 6 plus pi over 3 equals 7 pi 6 plus 2 pi. It's 9 pi over 6 or 3 pi over 2. So, asang 3 pi over 2 dere? Sign number dere is negative 1 times negative is positive 1. Positive 1 plus 2 is 3. And then, so 5 pi over 3 5 pi over 3, we have 5 pi over 3 plus pi over 3 is 6 pi over 3 or 2 pi. 6 pi over 3 or 2 pi. So, sa 2 pi, dere, 0. Ano siya? Okay. Diba? Okay, di? Ito tanawon. Pi over 3, we have not 2. Pi over 3 is 2. Okay. Then, positive 1. Pi over 6. Then, 0 into pi over 3. Di, 2. Naka naman ko 2. And then, 1. 2, 1, 2, 3. There. And then 2. Then, negative 1. And 1. And 2. And 3. And balik na ba dyan, no? Ana, ingana. Okay, and then ibutang ni mo ang imong cosecant. Notice that naa sa 2 pi over 3, negative pi over 3 ang imong mga 0. So, mo na siya ang mag-define ang imong cosecant. So, you are going to put the broken line mga broken lines kay mo na sila ang mga vertical asymptotes. Okay, so therefore, we can describe here the domain. It's x such that x is not equal to negative pi over 3 plus k pi. Wherein k is the set of all integers. And the range is gikan sa 1 padung sa negative infinity. So, parenthesis na diha, negative infinity, then 1, then close, union with, gikan po diri sa 3 padung positive infinity. 2 positive infinity. Okay. So, mauna na. Okay, so thank you sa pagpaminaw sa labing taas na palasyo na ito lesson matong usar na siya ka topic pero maroy makabungog. Anyway, I'm trying my best to give you all say makaya na. Kaya di ko binahan na mo-blame mo na ako later. So as long as na ang capacity, so naning kamutan na ako nga mas-servan mo na ako sa kutob sa mga. So I hope maka-appreciate mo sa akong gibuhat para ninyo kay mga pinangga sa mo na. Okay, for your exercises you are going to answer 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11 of page 170. Okay, tanawa naman dito sa group chat sa akong gipanghatag ng mga pansiran, including the assessment which is 1 to 15. You are going to shade your answer ngadto sa answer sheet given, and then ang inyong answer ani na ay answer key dito, so di na mo maglisod kay na may guide sa inyong answer. The only thing is you have to show your solution for supplementary problems 3.3, pero ang assessment wa to answer key ko rin mag-check. Okay, so that's all. Happy answering. I hope you learn many things for these 3 parts of our topic 14. Thank you and God bless everyone.